right, yeah, too much fun. This is the Christmas episode of Fairfield 2.0. That's David Hurlin, by the way. Welcome, everybody, yes, to the exciting Christmas episode. We have families everywhere on the set today. We have David Hurlin, we have Helen Davis, mother and son. We have Sandy Stramondo, we have A.J. Stramondo, mother and son. And Jump Ball. Who is the president in has nothing to do with the show. I mainly wanted to have everybody here to talk about their Christmas experiences. This is the Christmas show after all. All right, okay. He's like, do you want to, as a kid, do you, talk about Christmas, like, what was it like here in Fairfield for, like, you know, like the town, the people, what are your memories?
Well, my first memory is getting a Pee Wee Herman watch. And that was like the ultimate Christmas. And I wish that I still had it. Oh. But I guess like
I got it right here, by the way.
The annual Christmas decorations are kind of the cornerstone of Christmas here. And I kind of have a story about that. I picked up my son from a play date, and we were on our way home.
Your son Dill.
Yeah, my son Dill. And we stopped by the square, and we were chasing Rudolph around. And then we...
In the carousel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We proceeded to sit on every single bench on the square. So that's kind of like a new tradition that I'm starting. Is to use every bench on the square as quickly as possible.
Excellent. It's like musical benches you could play.
It was incredible.
What do you now? You as mom, you must have some adorable, embarrassing story about David.
About Christmas?
Actually, it could be any story at this point. No, Christmas, yes.
Oh gosh, I can't remember anything like that.
All right. How about a story about your kid? Anything.
About?
Yeah.
About Dill?
About David, but you can have a Dill story if you'd like, yeah.
Oh God.
This is the Dill show today. This is good. Hi, Dill.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, there's so many. Christmas in Fairfield with Hurlins. God, I'm drawing a total blank.
Did you guys, all right, for instance, the other day, which I totally missed, which sucks, you had, when they did the lighting, when they did the official lighting, I wasn't around, but it seemed, you know, the Werner Elmker pictures really showed what was going on. It showed like a really beautiful spirit going on. Everybody was like involved. I heard there was a choir. There must have been growing up or regrowing up in the case of, I guess, us, we older people. It seems like it's a very sweet sentiment. Like you get the charm of Christmas a lot from like that square.
Yes, that's true. And I also think another thing that has happened in Fairfield is that a lot of people moved here from different places and found themselves at Christmas times not with the families they grew up with. Yeah. So they created this extended family, and David and Eric were part of this group of families that shared Christmas together for years, and you know, like 20 years going back. And those kids, even though they're not really brothers and sisters, have become
a family unit, an extended family.
Yeah.
And I guess we're talking about maybe the Cohens?
Well, no, actually the Cohens are later. It's talking about the Lynches. Do you know the Lynch family?
Interesting.
The Rosses. Who else was in it? The Sluicers.
The Clobbers.
Yeah, the
No, you're just making this up now.
No, I'm not.
I'm kidding.
There were like, you know, 8 or 10 families that did Thanksgiving and Christmas together almost every year when we didn't go home and visit our
family.
Yeah.
What's interesting is, same thing here. I won't be going back for Christmas. I don't think I have done that in a couple of years. It's been having to be part of other families in Fairfield,
right.
But it feels right.
Yeah.
Normally, I feel kind of odd not spending it with some sort of family, some blood relation or whatever. But it's been a really good time in Fairfield, you know, with new friends and with this experience. And it's unique because we do get a lot of people from out of town coming here and then, you know, rejiggering the holiday.
Yeah, another thing that happens is a lot of the kids that grew up here come back here for the holidays. So there's this like party that happens, you know, at Café Paradiso or at Vivo's at night or in all these different, you know, family homes of the parents who are still here. And so they get to reconnect with their childhood friends in a really kind of festive, wonderful way, and then kind of be recharged to go back out into the world.
Nice. And, to that point, Thanksgiving, for me, I saw that. Everybody seemed the town was flooded, and then everybody went back out because when it comes to the kids, I mean, literally the kids were at college. They have to go do their tests and all that. So it was really a beautiful experience. And I had the best, actually, Thanksgiving. I think, the best Thanksgiving I've had in years, just visiting various
Walmarts.
And Walmart was various Walmarts. My Hy-Vee dinner was amazing. No, it's great. How do you know what's going on? By the way, a complete this is a replica of Fairfield for anybody who's joining us right now. These are. I guess we will make these party favors when everybody leaves later. Everybody's definitely takes something. All right, let's get to this side. How are you guys?
We're good.
And you guys have a house here in Fairfield. How intimate? Because I just met you like 10 minutes ago. How intimate is Christmas for you? Fairfield Christmas for you guys?
Well, we come back when we can. We can't come back every Christmas, but when we do come back, we get together with my family. My parents still live around Ollie, and I've still got some brothers and sisters that live in the area. So this Thanksgiving, they actually came back to our house in Fairfield. So I had like 20 people at our house here for Thanksgiving, which we don't normally get to come back for. So when we do, we all try to get together, go shopping together, and things like that. And it's fun for AJ because he gets to get together with some of his cousins that he doesn't see very often, because we live so far away.
Right.
So Christmas is special. His first Christmas up here, the first time he saw snow was thrilling for him. He stayed out in the front yard making a snowman till his hands were red, his face was red. I thought he was going to get sick because he was like soaking wet, but he wouldn't come in because he wanted to stay out in the snow.
How old was he? That was just last year.
It was. I think it was like 2 years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's so cool. AJ, you're becoming a trained opera singer, aren't you?
Yes.
And in fact, later on in the show, we may have a couple of pieces that you're going to be performing.
It's possible.
What is the history of this magnificence as far as your voice? First of all, does he get it from
I used
you,
to
Mom?
sing a little, but nothing like what he's done.
Where did you pick this up? Where did you get your love of this?
Well, when I was a little kid, around maybe 5 or 6 or so, we go to church every Sunday, and Perry Como used to go to the same church as us.
Is that right?
Yeah. And he would sing sometimes there, and for some reason, every time after church, he would always come up to me and pick me up and say, "Oh, what a nice Italian boy. I just want to take him home with me." And my dad would always tell him, "You can't take him. You can rent him."
You can rent him. Well, Perry, as long as it was Perry Como and everybody knew his address and everybody knew where he was, that's cool. But I have to ask you what the whole, your repertoire comes from something. You're wanting to study then classical music based on his history or
It's more like what kind of fits my voice as well as my culture, since I'm Italian.
what? Really?
Yeah. I like to sing, the Italian songs because it's just representing, who I am and where I come from.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do, but they're not Italian.
Okay, do they sing?
Yeah, they're half siblings.
They do not sing.
They do not sing.
They do not sing.
Okay, you're repping the family then. This is about you. And David, of course, we're going to hear a little from you later too, so we'll get to this. What's your favorite Christmas song, David?
I think the kind of classic in our family is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by the Temptations.
Nice. Okay.
That's kind of like the cornerstone of Christmas in our house.
I still have a little cassette tape that we used to listen to.
What is yours, Helen? What's yours?
Same. I mean,
Rudolph the Red.
I mean, before that, when I was growing up, one of the things that my family did every year was sing Christmas carols on Christmas Eve. And my father loved to sing. He had a great voice. And I still can hear him. Every time I hear somebody singing a traditional Christmas carol, it doesn't matter what it is almost. I can hear his voice. And it's always an emotional experience. So I love Christmas carols for that reason more than any other.
Beautiful. I have to, this is an artistic family. You're artistic. You have visual arts and musical arts in this gene pool. What is your, Helen? We've already, David. We've interviewed you like 4 times already. But Helen, what is your? Let's get some history as far as your.
My family.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, I'll start with my dad since we were talking about him. He, like I said, I grew up listening to all kinds of music because he just loved music. I mean, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, all the big bands. They were always, I'd come home from being out with my friends and I'd walk into the house and it was full of music. And so I think there's a lot of music, not only in him, but my brother is still in a band that he's been in now for 20 years. He's older than I am. He's 64, and he still plays.
He's still playing. Excellent.
I don't know. It's just there was just this atmosphere of creativity and encouragement for anything artistic in my family.
What is your favorite, from your life, as far as periods of your life where you might have gone into art or created a lot of projects? Can you remember like a run of being very creative in that?
As a young kid, I was a dancer. That's all I did.
You were a dancer. Music, dancing, visual arts.
I kind of got sidelined because I had a really bad knee injury, and I had to finally accept that I wasn't going to become a great dancer, and it sort of created this segue into studying yoga and then meditation and that kind of thing. But also when that happened, my mother and I and a brother and a bunch of our friends created this nonprofit organization for the arts. This is when I was like my senior year in high school. And there was a gallery and a shop and a coffee house, and we had classes. And the big kind of exciting moment of that, there were many, but I got to hire Bonnie Raitt to come open for She was a young college student at Radcliffe, and we paid her $35 to open for the Paul Pina Band, and she started
Paul Pina.
playing.
I didn't know that.
That's wild.
Oh, the Paul Pena, he was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
But she was unbelievable.
She was a
she's
great
and she
slide
just
guitar player. Just her slide.
Yeah, she's a killer.
And she just kept coming back because she loved this place. And so I started playing classical guitar instead of dancing, and I studied that, pretty seriously for 4 or 5 years. And then, another chapter. I left and became a teacher of meditation, and then I got married and had my wonderful children, and that was.
Your wonderful children are wonderful children, by the way. Since this is a family-oriented show, I have to say, I love your family. I love the Cohens. Not to be clear, I'm really like. This has been staying here as opposed to running away. Has been a great experience because I don't know. I see the warmth, and I see it. Like everybody runs into each other. I've said this ad nauseum on the show, but I really am appreciative of this. I run into everybody 4, 5, 6 times a day, and sometimes it's like, well, what do you say now? It's like, hi. You do the big energy thing. You can't maintain that. Like David and I now are I think there's an understanding. We like each other, so we just pass each other sometimes. It's sort of like. But we've got. It's just a beautiful, like you said earlier. Going back to what you said earlier, this has been a nice big extended family. And I love hearing stories about everybody's histories and stuff. Sandy, childhood. No, actually, we didn't get the favorite Christmas songs yet. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Jingle Bells or Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Okay. Do you have any particular renditions?
Not Not really. We used to grow up listening to Elvis.
Okay.
My sisters and I all had this 45 record player in our bedroom, and we would, put all the Christmas songs on there, Andy Williams and all of that, and along with Mr. C, or Mr. Como, we used to call him Mr. C, listening to all that stuff when we were growing up, and just kind of getting ready to see what was under the Christmas tree. We'd get all excited singing Jingle Bells and stuff the night before, and kind of, wondering what was under there. But, nothing real traditional other than, just having fun when we were kids, growing up in Iowa with the snow and, making forts and snowballs and snowmen and stuff all the time. And
Do you remember your first?
that.
Do you remember your first Fairfield Christmas?
I do. It was back in 1975.
Okay.
And my daughter was little then. She was born. And, just seeing the first snowfalls for her was really a lot of fun. And Fairfield is a nice little close community, which is great for, kids growing up, because you really get that opportunity to know people. And, like you said, see them on the streets and stuff, the familiarity of, knowing people and meeting new people that have come to town.
Right.
Since we've been gone, we moved away in 1994. Periodically when we come back, we'll, go to a church here or there, because we're Catholic now. And we went to St. Gabriel's recently. And there's so many nice people there and so much culture, and just going to Mike night at Café Paradiso and meeting all those people there and seeing how much talent is here in this smaller little town is just unbelievable. And at Christmas time especially, they really do the square up so beautifully.
Yeah.
You don't really see that in the bigger towns so much. Like where we live, there's not really a town square. There's West Palm Beach, and then there's Palm Beach. They may have a big Christmas tree lighting, but not the decorations that you guys have here. It's just phenomenal.
What about,
how beautiful it is.
have you seen, I'll throw out there that I've been to other squares, other towns, and I've seen what they've done on their Christmas, with their Christmas displays. Nowhere near what we've got here.
Nowhere near.
Yeah. And I like what you said about the camaraderie and the familiarity of seeing everybody like at Cafe P and all that.
Right.
There's a life here for
Yeah.
people if they want it. There's a life here.
Yeah.
And again, that's something I had no idea. Because it's like I was always leaving. But the interesting thing is, and you guys know that. The cool thing for Christmas this year. I'm like winging it. I'm just gonna, we'll see. I'm available for anybody. But I already feel like, with Thanksgiving, I already feel like I've had my holiday for the season, so everything else is gravy. But it'll be great to see, again, everybody come back to town and spend a few more days with each other.
Well, people change too.
And
when you've been away and you come back and you've seen the changes in some of the people that you've met the last time, and the people that you've known over time, like the Hawthorns, David Hawthorne, his wife, and his son Galen. We had never met Galen before.
Hey, David. Hey.
But, seeing David again was really great. You see people and they change, but yet they're the same person.
Right.
And it's nice to come back to knowing a lot of different people that you knew back then and act like you never left.
Yeah. Well, the surprise.
I mean, that's great.
There would have to be surprised, like Galen. Galen,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
genius kid. What is 19? He has like what? Two graduate degrees. Not graduate degrees. Two bachelors. Okay, we probably should wind down the show in order to accommodate the music that's coming. But speaking of music, what do you think? Should we all attempt a little Christmas carol right about now? Surprise!
I could do that.
Oh, he's fine. See, he's fine. And I'm in.
I don't know any of the words.
We have to
drum.
pick one. We have to pick one that we all
You can drum,
know.
but not on the table. You can drum on the party favors. That's kind of cool. Do we want to do that? What do you think? What song? Somebody pick a song.
What does everybody know?
How about you do one and we'll watch?
And we'll watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. All right. Want to sing a...
Mike wants to sing.
I want to sing.
Okay,
You
Mike,
go ahead.
And we might have a surprise later when we sing even another song. But how about, oh, come on, there's Silent Night, there's... Well, I guess that's the only Christmas.
Faithful. There's O Come
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Come all ye faithful.
That's
Yes,
gonna
come
make
on.
me cry.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It's all right.
Oh, all right. Okay. Want to do that one?
I want to watch you do that.
Oh, no. Okay. So we pick a key. You pick the key. I'll join you. And I may even harmonize a little bit.
All right. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Well, we have the Italians singing, but thank you everybody else. All right, so that should be the Christmas show for this season. Thank you, everybody, for watching. But hang in there because we're going to have some performances. Maybe him, maybe me. And Merry Christmas, everybody. And come on in and take your party favors, okay? And until next year, have a great one. All the best. Merry Christmas. Let's do that.
Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, here on Fairfield 2.0, Mr. A.J. Stramondo.
Now I'll be singing O Holy Night as it is Christmas time. O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall to your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. O night divine, O night when Christ was born. O night divine, O night divine.
This is Angels from the Realms of Glory. I'm Tom Allen. This is a classical guitar, no big effects, just a classical guitar. And Angels from the Realms of Glory. this song needs no introduction. The interesting thing is it was written on the guitar when there was no organ available. Now things get played on the organ when there's no guitar available, but this is, of course. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Ready? Check one.
Hello. We're All Souls on Deck. This is Sharon Bousquet.
And Phoenix Jordan. And we're going to share some of our very favorite Christmas tunes with you, starting with Do You Hear What I Hear? 1, 2, 3. Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite.
Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea.
Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know?
Do you know what I know?
In your palace warm, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold, let us bring him silver and gold, let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say,
Listen to what I say.
pray for peace, people everywhere.
Listen to what I say.
The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
Pray for peace, people everywhere. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
Pray for peace, people everywhere. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
Pray for peace, people everywhere. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
Pray for peace, people everywhere. Do you hear what I hear?
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou dayspring, come and cheer spirits by thine advent here, and drive away the shades of night, and pierce the clouds and bring us light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations blind, all people in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and quarrel cease. Fill all the world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O
Thank you, everyone.
Merry
Have
Christmas.
a very Merry Christmas.
Hi, my name's Dick DeAngelis. On my show on KRUU, Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock, I'm better known as Grandpa D. During this show, we read children's stories and play sweet, sweet music for a whole hour. Tonight, I've been asked to read a classic children's story. It's actually for those that are young and those that are young at heart. It's a Christmas story that almost everybody knows. It's called The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore. So I thought I'd share it with you tonight, just the way I would on my show. So kids, let me ask you something. Do you have your PJs on? Did you get your last glass of water and go to the bathroom and brush your teeth? And you're all snuggled up in bed? Maybe you're waiting for Santa to come. Maybe you're just ready for a good long winter's nap. Well, if so, it's time for Sleepy Time with Grandpa D. And tonight we're going to read The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles the coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." So good night, everybody. From Sleepy Time with Grandpa D, Merry Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Hey, Fairfield, one more song. And I have a couple of pals joining me here. Tom Allen on guitar, who you heard earlier, and also Tim Britton on flute. Thank you very much, guys, for backing me up on this. This song is One Star in the Night, and the last time I think it was performed or recorded even was back in 1968 for a little TV show called The Little Drummer Boy. If you remember that, it was sort of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, only not. But this was a beautiful song, and I don't understand why nobody's recorded it. So let's do it now. One star in the night, singing silently. You can hear the music if you listen with your heart. One star in the night, shone o'er Bethlehem. Magic in the moment when that lonely star began its lovely song. Angels from on high, on that holy night, sang unto a Savior that was born beneath the glow of one star in the night, rainbow in the dark. One night to remember, on that peaceful night, the King of Kings was born. Merry Christmas, Fairfield.